They always look so strong, don't they? The ones who light up every room they walk into, laughing the loudest, loving the hardest, always trying to make everyone else feel seen. That's Leo. To the world, Leo is the sun, confident, radiant, impossible to ignore. But what most people never realize is that even the sun has its dark days. Behind that golden smile lies a quiet ache, a feeling that says, if I stop shining, will anyone still love me? Leos carry a silent sadness, not because they are weak, but because they feel everything so deeply. They want to be strong for others, yet sometimes they're the ones who need warmth the most. Their pride becomes both their crown and their armor, beautiful to look at, but heavy to wear. Today we'll go beyond the surface. We'll look past the laughter, the charisma, the confidence, and explore what truly lives in the heart of a Leo when the lights go out. This is the silent sadness of Leo, the pain behind their pride. And if you're a Leo, or if you love one, maybe you'll finally understand what they've been too proud to say out loud. When you first meet a Leo, it's almost impossible not to notice them. They walk into a room and the energy changes. Suddenly, everything feels brighter. Their laughter, their confidence, the way they seem so sure of who they are, it's magnetic. Leos have a natural gift for light. They know how to make people feel seen, loved, and alive. They remember your birthday, your favorite song, the thing that makes you smile when you've had a bad day. And they do it all so effortlessly that you might believe they never struggle, that their lives are just as perfect as their smiles. But what most people don't realize is that Leos wear this light like a mask, a beautiful, shimmering mask that hides everything they don't want the world to see. They've learned that being strong gets them love, that being cheerful earns them attention, that if they keep shining, maybe no one will notice the cracks beneath the surface. Because deep down, Leo's biggest fear isn't being disliked, it's being forgotten. It's giving everything, shining so brightly for everyone else, and then realizing no one ever looked close enough to see them. So they keep performing, they keep giving, they keep smiling, even when their heart feels tired. Because to them, love is a stage, and applause feels like safety. They want to be admired, yes, but not for vanity. For Leos, admiration is proof that they matter, that they're seen, that their light reached someone's heart. And when the applause fades, when the messages stop coming, when the people they once made laugh don't show up anymore, that's when the silence becomes heavy. That's when their pride whispers, "Don't let them see you break." So they put the mask back on. They smile a little brighter. They laugh a little louder. They act like nothing's wrong because they believe strength means never showing pain. But the truth is, even stars get tired of shining. Even the sun needs to set. And behind every radiant Leo, there's a soul quietly wondering if the world would still love them without the light. There's a moment, quiet, private, when the lights go out and the laughter fades. It's the moment when Leo finally takes off the mask. No more audience, no more stage, no more pretending to be the strong one. Just silence and the sound of their own thoughts echoing back. This is where Leo's real sadness lives. Not in tears, but in the emptiness that follows every act of giving too much. Leos love deeply, maybe too deeply. They pour themselves into people, into dreams, into love that often gives little back. They're the kind of person who will build you a kingdom out of their time, their energy, their loyalty, and never ask for anything in return. But when that love isn't returned, when it's taken for granted, something inside them quietly breaks. They won't show it, of course. A Leo will smile through heartbreak, joke through exhaustion, and cheer others on, even while their own spirit is fading. Because for them, vulnerability feels like failure, and failure feels like rejection. You see, Leo's pride isn't arrogance, it's armor. It's how they survive in a world that doesn't always notice how much they care. When a Leo feels unseen, it's not about ego, it's about love. They crave recognition, not to boast, but to feel that their heart was worth something. To feel that their efforts, their warmth, their loyalty actually mattered. But too often, the people around them get comfortable in their light. They take the laughter for granted, assume the confidence is endless, believe Leo doesn't need anyone. That's when the loneliness begins to whisper. It starts softly. You're strong. You don't need anyone. Then it grows darker. No one would stay if they saw how sad you really are. So Leo hides it. They bury the pain under layers of charisma and self-control. They become experts at changing the subject, redirecting the spotlight, pretending they're fine. But late at night, when they're alone, they replay every moment of silence, every ignored message, every time they felt invisible. They ask themselves questions they'll never say out loud. Am I too much? Why do I always have to be the strong one? When is it my turn to be loved like I love others? This is the hidden pain of Leo, the ache of being the light for everyone while no one holds a candle for them. And yet, despite all this, they don't stop loving. They don't stop showing up, because deep down, Leo believes in hope. They believe in loyalty, in love that lasts, in the idea that one day someone will see the real them, the parts behind the smile, the truth beneath the pride, and still choose to stay. Their pain doesn't make them bitter. It makes them human. It makes their warmth even more precious, because every time they rise again, every time they choose to keep shining despite the darkness, it's an act of courage. Leos may carry silent sadness, but their strength lies in how they love through it, fiercely, honestly, and without apology. And maybe that's what makes them so beautiful. They hurt quietly, but love loudly. Even when their heart breaks, they still believe in light.
Healing for a Leo doesn't begin with forgetting the pain. It begins with accepting it. For so long, Leos have been taught that love must always look bright, full of laughter, strength, and control. But true healing begins when they realize that love can also be quiet, messy, and vulnerable. The first step for a Leo is learning that they don't have to perform to be loved. They don't need to shine all the time. They don't have to be the strong one every single day. It's okay to rest. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to let someone else hold the light for a while. The truth is, not everyone deserves Leo's warmth. And that's hard for them to accept, because their heart was built to give. But healing comes when Leo starts choosing where that light goes, not out of pride, but out of self-respect. When they stop chasing validation and start choosing peace, something inside begins to shift. The mask starts to fall away. The laughter becomes real again. The love they give begins to flow from abundance, not emptiness. Leo's healing is also about forgiveness, not just of others, but of themselves. Forgiving themselves for trusting too easily, for giving too much, for staying too long in places that didn't see their worth. They begin to understand that their pain was never a weakness, it was proof of their capacity to love beyond limits. And slowly Leo learns that they don't need the applause anymore. They start to find joy in the small, quiet moments, morning sunlight on their skin, a cup of coffee shared with someone who listens, a night spent laughing with people who ask how they really feel. Healing for Leo is realizing that their worth was never in how brightly they could shine for others. It was in the warmth they carried inside all along. And when they finally stop performing, something magical happens. The people who truly love them begin to appear, not drawn to the performance, but to the person. They don't come for the light, they come to help keep it alive. That's when Leo understands the kind of love they've always deserved, one that doesn't fade when the spotlight turns off, one that sees the scars and calls them beautiful, one that doesn't demand perfection, only presence. And with that realization, Leo begins to rise again, not as a performer, but as a soul reborn. Their light becomes softer, steadier, and infinitely more powerful. Because this time, it's not for show, it's not for anyone's approval, it's for themselves. And maybe that's the greatest transformation of all, when a Leo learns that the sun doesn't need to prove it's shining, it just does.
There's something magical about the way a Leo heals. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, like dawn breaking after the longest night. The pain doesn't disappear, but it softens. The silence doesn't feel so heavy anymore. And for the first time in a long time, Leo realizes they're okay. They start to smile again, not because they have to, but because they want to. Their laughter becomes lighter, their steps more grounded. They begin to see that being strong doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. Real strength is in the courage to say, I'm hurting, but I'm still here. And that's when their true light returns, not the bright, blinding light they used to perform with, but a calm, golden glow that feels like peace. Leo's heart, once cracked by disappointment, begins to grow in new directions. They start to love differently, with boundaries, with balance, with honesty. They no longer need to prove their worth because they finally feel it. The world will always see Leo as the star, the confident one, the leader, the fire that keeps everyone warm. But those who look closer will see something even more beautiful, the gentle strength of someone who learned to rise from their own ashes. The pain behind their pride was never meant to destroy them. It was meant to teach them where their true light lives. Not in the applause, not in the admiration, but in the quiet moments when they choose themselves. So if you're a Leo listening to this right now, remember, you don't need to shine for anyone else. You don't need to prove you're strong. You are already enough, even in your silence, even in your softness, even in your stillness. Because the sun doesn't ask for permission to rise. It simply returns, and the world becomes brighter once again.